this is not a sport that you just say on Tuesday, yeah, I think I'll try wrestling. And if you do, you better be prepared for what it's all about. And what it's all about is hard, hard, hard work. Yeah, Ben's a unique kid. He works hard, very hard at becoming a good wrestler. He is, he lost 3 times this year, but he lost all at the very end. And he was an undefeated regular season, undefeated playoff season until he got to the Connecticut Opens, which he lost in the finals, and then in the New Englands he lost in the quarters. He had a great year. He's only a junior, and he's deceptively strong. He's very hardworking.
I wanted to wrestle but I needed an outlet so I stay out of trouble and stuff, because I used to get in trouble a lot, and my brother did it, so I figured why not.
Strengths in wrestling is he's super aggressive. He's super strong, and he's quick, and he's relentless. He's absolutely relentless. He may not be an Iowa wrestler, but he's as close as we have him at Stanford. He's really doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. I mean, maybe he would just have to refine his moves, get a little more, get a few more moves. But really, he doesn't have any weaknesses. He's a tough kid.
I won the FCX. I won the double L's. I got second in the state, and I didn't do so well in New England. I got better at my shots, my singles. I got better at that. My single leg takedown. I never used to have a single leg takedown. I started improving on my high crotch, but I wasn't able to use it in a match effectively yet. But I think that's something that I could be able to use next year. Well, I want to win the FCX again, the double L's again. I want to win the States this time and place or win the New Englands and be undefeated. That'd be awesome.
And what about
like I had better knowledge of the sport than they did, you know, because I studied the sport a lot, study the moves, and I look at my mistakes a lot in order to correct them, you know. I mean, like, I watch my videos, right, of me wrestling. I watch the mistakes that I make, you know. Like, if I could have gotten the front headlock and spun around and got my 2 points, and if I didn't do it in a match, I correct that, you know.
Now, there's various ways you can score if a takedown, which is when you bring the other guy to the mat and you're in control of him, that's 2 points. If you escape from a guy, if he's got you in control and you escape, that's 1 point. If you get him onto his back and the referee, you'll see on the tape, the referee will be going like this, 1, 2, 3. If the referee gets to 5, that's 3 points. He'll go like this, 3 points near pin. Or if you get him to his back, you'll get 2 points. You can get 2 points. And that's basically the way you score. Now, as far as teams concerned, team scoring, if you pin your man, your team gets 6 points. If you win a decision by less than 8 points, by 7 points, from 1 to 7 points, your team gets 3 points. From 8 to 15, you get 4 points, and 15, you get 5 points. And that's all the scoring there is in wrestling. Although it may look like legalized mayhem out there, it is an incredibly difficult sport. Now, I coach football and I coach baseball also, and there's no workout that is harder or more grinding than these kids go through.
Like, I came from not being so good and not being so motivated in school or anything like that to being very active and to just want to do better in school, and I see that it's helping my life out, it's turning my life around, so I just keep going, you know.
Brian Polonia is the other young man that I would like to see here, is without a doubt the hardest, and I've been coaching sports for 40 years. He's without a doubt the hardest working young man I've ever coached in my life.
This season, I mean, I have to say I'm proud of it. All 4 years, I did my best to get the best season I could get. And I've always been, like, a speed wrestler. I was never, like, strong at all. Compared to the guys in my weight class, I was actually one of the weaker guys. But I used my speed and my quickness and my stamina. That's basically what I used to cancel out their strength. Wrestling has really been there all my life. It started with my brother. My brother started wrestling when he was in high school, and I was just really young. I really didn't even understand the sport, but I went to a couple of his competitions, and I really liked it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to start wrestling until my freshman year of high school, and ever since then, since freshman year, it's just been like I've always wanted to improve every practice, every competition, and I always went to practice to improve. I always set myself goals before every practice, and it turned out to really work for me. Improving is a huge part of any sport. To get the team to a higher level of competition, you want to become a champion in every way possible, and it's really important, especially when you're in the gym every single day, sweating, bleeding. Just it's a great feeling when you actually become a champion. And during wrestling season, it gets really hard to try to balance them out, from getting home late to being completely exhausted, hungry and tired all the time. It gets really hard to balance out school, but you find a way to manage. With stress, it's really just wrestle. That's the best way to get rid of the stress, get rid of anger too, and especially from all the stress that you get from school and from wrestling, being able to go out there and wrestle an actual match and winning the match, having the ref hold up your hand at the end of the day, it's really like the best feeling. Yeah, wrestling is really a team sport and individually, and that's one of the things about wrestling that's not the same as other sports. In wrestling, basically the team is there to help you win. They can't really jump out on the mat and take the other guy down for you, but they will cheer you on. They will practice with you during practice and try to make you better. And that's what practice is about.
My team's a little bit unique, I'd say. Like, we got those jokesters, a couple of kids that like to joke. Then we got the kids that like to have fun, mess around a little bit. Then we got the kids that like to work hard, and somehow we make it all work, you know?
If you don't work hard, you're not going to improve at all. And if you have no discipline, then you're going to get run down. I have to be very disciplined. I'm going to have to work very hard in everything I do. And it's a lot like that in wrestling. In wrestling, if you don't work hard, you're not going to improve at all. And if you have no discipline, then you're going to get run down.